everybody, and welcome to Paranormal Nation Radio. Not so normal. We're here every Tuesday. How's Ron and Denise doing out in Vegas?
We are doing excellent, and we are here with our beautiful granddaughter. She's coming over to say hi.
Comes.
Here's Piper.
There's Piper.
Yep,
I've heard a lot about Piper.
Yeah, Piper is our oldest grandchild and our first granddaughter, and she's been spending today with us. We went out shopping, and we painted her nail. I got to paint her nails and her toes, and brush her hair, buy her donuts, give her candy. All that good stuff that grandmas get to do all the time.
That's right.
Your nails are
not. We've done all the sugary stuff that we're supposed to do, and all the spoiling stuff, but toys and stuff. So we're doing the grandma stuff, aren't we?
What are we doing tomorrow?
We're going to the park tomorrow, aren't we? Yesterday we couldn't go anywhere. It was horrible yesterday.
Gosh.
The windstorm was horrible.
Hey there.
My car got sandblasted. And so it
was windy.
You couldn't even see the lights on the strip.
You're lucky out there because we got some bad storms coming in tonight.
Yes, I know.
Chances of tornadoes.
Right. Well, you know what?
I told her that. Hey, Gary.
We also don't have we have a roof that needs to be replaced. So
it might get replaced.
Well, here we can.
Well, we
might get taken off.
I'm here.
There's not much left of it. We found out after the snow. It actually got tore up in December.
That wind.
But I had 2 layers on it. But then when we started getting some actual rain instead of just ice and snow, that's when I found out I had a hole somewhere.
Yeah. We have at least $13,000 worth of repairs that have to be made.
Ooh, yeah.
So, but I'm getting a painter to come in and paint those horrible vaulted ceilings of ours. So,
yep, we'll get that. Then it'll actually look like we got started, and we're gonna have to move on the house because it looks like they're gonna be moving.
They are.
Yep.
Yeah, looks pretty good. So maybe we can get
southward.
Yeah.
Oh,
down around the Panhandle.
Southbound and down is where we're gonna be.
Hi, Donna.
Right. Hi, Donna.
Hey, Dara, Gary, and Donna. And so, other than that, that big sandstorm they had yesterday Lindsay was showing us pictures from the strip. You couldn't see the buildings.
Ooh.
We were lucky. We ended up being far enough off of that to where we didn't really see anything other than get.
She figured out. She goes, if we moved down there, we could be outside all the time, year round. I said, yeah, easy.
Yeah.
I mean, why couldn't you?
Yeah.
You can't get out. You can't get out and do anything here in the summer.
Not when it's 112.
No, it's like today. It's 83 up here, and the wind.
Is it really?
It's 61.
Yeah, it's 60 degrees here.
Yeah, it's 83. That's why I say it's. It's going to storm tonight.
Yeah, if you got storms coming in, you better watch it.
Yeah, with the 80-degree weather in spring. Front. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what they're talking about.
Yep, you better.
So Denise has brought us another guest in tonight.
Yep.
Piper.
Oh yeah, forgot to tell you.
2.
Forgot to tell you. Pastor Gary just wrote it in there before we bring our guest on. He had a big pile of firewood down at the cemetery. Camp out in May, right?
Yeah.
Nobody stole it. The guy that owns the timber around there, burnt the underbrush and burnt the wood pile.
Oh no! Great.
Yeah, he came up and told me that today, but he was in the chat room there. So anyway, there says it's 78 down there around Joplin, Springfield.
Springfield,
I don't know. I think they're.
No, I don't think you guys are getting anything. I know it's coming in.
I think they're getting
from Nebraska. It's coming down this way.
Yeah, I don't think they're a tornado threat, but I think they got.
Oh yeah, we're under tornado. We're under extreme tornado threat.
Oh yeah, yeah. I told Denise that when we left. I said it didn't look too good Tuesday and Wednesday.
Right. Anyway, Denise, tell everybody about our guest that you're going to bring on tonight. And
well, the guest that I'm bringing on tonight besides Piper, the entertainer here. I mean,
Yes.
it is. So everybody has a talent here, and we can see what hers is. So the guest tonight is Christopher Pittman. He is doing a paranormal conference down in Oklahoma City on June 25th. And I thought this would be a great venue for him to tell us all about this wonderful event that he's doing to bring awareness to autism.
Right.
So
Welcome, Chris.
She's following
Hey, guys.
you.
Yeah, my daughter's been copying your daughter. That's right.
Oh, that's all right. As long as the two little girls understand they're being watched worldwide.
Yes.
Yep.
Worldwide.
You're all over the world right now.
Japan,
Yep.
Japan, UK.
No pressure, just millions of people.
Australia.
Yeah.
Speak Australian.
Oh, it don't bother them.
Okay, that's good.
All right.
Thank you.
So
Speak Australian.
me and my team, we scheduled this event. It's called Helping Hand Kids with Autism, and it's for Oklahoma Autism Center that we have coming out to Dewey, Oklahoma. Just to clarify, it's going to be in Dewey, Oklahoma, and it's going to be from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Between 11 and 3, we will have autograph signing, book signing, as well as I think Chris Houston mentioned silent auction he wants to do some things with. Then the owner of the hotel museum has some things that I think that he wants to silent auction as well, to go towards the benefit of the autism center. And of course, what they're doing with, whatever they raise. And then between 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., we'll have a paid online paranormal investigation at our long-term research site, which is the Dewey Hotel and Museum.
Oh.
So, and who are some of the guests that are going to be there besides Chris Houston?
As far as I know, of course, Chris Houston, Joel Mayers, Carlo Zuzik, and Frank Bennett. He did confirm that he was going to come out. I tried to get Lori Johnson. Unfortunately, she's got some other events that she's got going on in June, but she did say keep her on the roster just in case anything changes.
Well, I hope she can come.
Yeah, that would be great. It would be the first time ever meeting her, actually in person. I watched her show a couple times, but
Right.
Yep, she's a Baltimore girl just like me.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
Yeah.
The first time I talked to her, we realized that me, her, and Frank Bennett all grew up within a few miles of each other.
Oh, nice.
So we're all from the same area in Baltimore.
Right on.
Well, just outside of Baltimore.
Yeah, I honestly didn't know where Lori was from, so.
Well, she lives in West Virginia right now, from what I recall. But she, like I said, when she was growing up, she grew up in the same area I grew up in, and I just thought it was funny when I talked to her that time. I mean, that time she was telling me stuff. It was really funny. She didn't know who I was or anything like that, and she told me that I was sitting on some stairs in a towel, and I was.
Yeah,
I had
she
just
was.
gotten out of the bathtub. And because she called when I was getting done, and I just wrapped the towel around me and sat down on the stairs and talked to her. And so the odds of me, what are the odds of me being in a towel at 10 o'clock at night? Not very good. So, but
there's no way anybody would actually know that except for yourself.
Right.
Right. Especially when we're that far away from each other. I mean, I'm in Kansas and she was in West Virginia at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, Lori seems like a pretty legitimate person. I mean,
Yeah.
I've like anybody, I've got my ifs and ands about who's really psychic medium or who's really doing things legitimately in the paranormal, and if it ain't about the right facts and what you can actually prove logical, then there's no
Right.
Exactly.
I agree.
Yeah, there's
That's
some
totally correct.
frauds out there, I'll say, but there are a lot of good ones too. And I like her. I think she's pretty good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she's a sweet person.
Yeah, she's a genuine person, and that's one of the few things that you want you want to know that about a person when you
Yeah.
invest in them. I mean,
Yeah.
me at this point, I know that Carl's going to invest in me because of the fact that he knows I'm not going to tell him, I'm not going to BS him.
Right.
He knows I'm going to tell him the truth. And
Yep.
I hope my reputation precedes me on that, because at this point, the only way I'm going to put any investment into any other person is they have to be a genuine person.
Absolutely.
Treat me the way I treat you, and we're all good.
Yep.
Easy peasy. Wish
Right.
our companies could do that these days, but it doesn't work that way.
Well, it's just like
but
we.
Carl knows that for a fact, that that's how I am.
Oh,
I
yeah.
will stand behind people that are honest, good people.
Yeah.
Other than that, I
Right.
just won't associate. It
And
has
we've
nothing to do with
seen-
anything.
We've seen a lot of good mediums
Yes, we have.
and everything.
But we've also seen those bad ones.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have. But
I
we've
mean,
seen
I've
some that have told me stuff and run stuff, both.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
could not have been looked up anywhere.
Yeah, no way.
Not on the internet, way prior to the internet, about
Yeah.
our families and stuff like that. You
Yeah.
know who I'm talking about, right?
No way you would
Hey.
know it.
No way.
Like only a few of my family members knew.
Exactly.
What-
Well,
what
it's
she
like
said.
the one when she told me my grandmother. That was the grandmother I didn't have much to do and didn't really care for
Yep.
a whole bunch. And I'm like, why is she coming through? But what she described was perfect. And I mean, I'm like, And then, of course, Denise, I've seen her work. I've seen her tell us stuff and everything. And I mean, I don't doubt her one bit, one bit
Yep.
at all. And she knows that. And that we've done investigations together. I helped them up at Sally House for a year. We became real good friends here the last, 6, 7 years now
Yeah.
and stuff. But, yeah. So how many,
Well,
Chris, how many people are on your team?
Oh, let's see, we got 6. She's the brains of the whole operation.
Hello.
We have 6 members. There's myself. I'm the founder. She's case manager and also one of my co-owners. My other co-owner actually owns the Dewey Hotel Museum. It's Jordan Alexander. He's also the president of the Washington County Historical Society. I
You
have
any mediums on your team?
I do not.
Okay.
Now my wife, she senses things. I really can't explain
Right.
it. It's more for her particular, deal on that. I don't really sense anything, so I'll let her explain that.
So
It's got to be something big.
so who are the rest of your members while we're at that?
Yeah.
Because you just got finished introducing 4 of you.
Okay.
You have 2 more left.
I got Jordan's wife, who's Nikki Alexander. She also runs the museum. I've got a Piedmont police officer, or no, Paoli police officer on my team.
Okay.
His name's Austin Hoffman. And then I have a client that we did, another client, because I'm going to say Dewey is a client too one time. We did a bar a while back ago, just a little hole-in-the-wall bar. And we had one of the bartenders actually show up to unlock the doors, stay with us, and watch how we did things. And then she ended up joining the team. Her name's Wendy.
Okay.
And that's all the members we have right now.
Okay, and then you're sensitive. So how do you explain to people what you're seeing and everything and all that stuff?
No, you. Listen to
No, you.
You.
Me?
No, her.
Oh,
Oh, man.
But you said she was
I'm
sensitive.
sorry.
Well, what I can do is I can sense things, I can see things, I can communicate with certain spirits that may come through or go on our investigations. I mean, I really don't know how to explain it to people because a lot of people don't understand it.
Right.
I don't understand it, and I've been doing it for 52 years.
Yeah. But I mean, I had my first paranormal experience when I was 7, 8 years old. When I saw my very, very first 3 spirits was 2 little girls and a mother. And ever since then, I feel like I've had 2 little girls attached to me, follow me around since I was a little kid. Pretty much I tell our clients, I have somebody coming through. Sometimes I can get a name, sometimes I don't. And if I get a name, I ask them, does this name sound familiar, to validate what I'm getting coming through in my feelings or my senses. Like from my personal experience, I can feel when our son that me and my husband lost to a miscarriage, I can feel when he's around. But he can't.
I can doubt. I mean, that happens a lot.
I'm more the skeptic.
Yeah. Oh, and the lights that you guys keep seeing in the room, Piper's by the window and the sun is hitting her tablet. And
well, that's what I figured. Piper was having fun trying to get Pastor Gary to see his orbs going across the screen there.
No, she's
don't get me started on orbs.
Oh, what's your opinion of orbs? That's
airborne particles.
Either that or water.
Now, if you see them in the daylight with your own eyes, then what?
Self-illuminating. Their own pattern.
I don't know.
It's a possibility.
I've
so
seen
questionable.
I've seen stuff with my own eyes
we've
that
actually
I can't
seen
explain.
them with
right. I've
our
seen
own
stuff
eyes.
with my eyes I can't explain.
Yeah. Well, the one she saw one time was about the size of a beach ball.
And it was following down the hall.
It was following me and this other guy, Joe.
Down the hall. Just like it was
just
walking
followed
right behind
us.
That's interesting.
I mean, it's in a place that's now open again. You can actually get in there. It's called the River House in Atchison, Kansas. Will they let us go in and investigate? I don't know, but we're gonna try. We're gonna go in there next month and see if they'll let us go back, check it out again.
Because I'm sorry.
Well, I just said we used to do tours there when it was called the Pepper Mill.
Nice.
Right.
We're going September 10th to McIntyre Villa.
We're going to the McIntyre Villa on the 14th of May.
Really nice.
So long story short, I used to also be the Charlie tour guide for Atchison.
Okay.
And the Sally House. I was the Sally House tour guide along with him. Don't waste your money on the Sally House.
We weren't planning on it.
We didn't want to go out there, but then I saw the price. I was like, no, maybe not.
It used to be interesting.
It used to be really interesting.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did. Hello, Annette. Hey, Stephen. And
hello, Annette.
Yeah, we're there 7 years.
Chad, parentheses production, which we're live on that page right now, too.
Hi, Chad. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. When we go next month to the McIntyre Villa, we're going to be meeting Sarah. What is her name now? Suddenly it just went right out of my head. From Ghosts of Morgan City.
Mr. Chad.
And let's see, what in the heck is her name? Cindy Kaza. We're supposed to see her. I don't know why it went out of my head. I mean, I know exactly what we're going to be seeing.
You want to go home right now?
We can't go home right now, sweetheart.
Okay, we're going to go.
Yeah, we got to meet your mom and dad for dinner. That's when we're going to go. Okay.
What's for dinner?
We're eating at the Habit Burger tonight. It is one of the best burger places in California and Las Vegas.
Nice.
Really?
So we eat there every time we come. No, the drive-through is not as long as In-N-Out if you go to the drive-through, but we walk in. No drive-through because we're green. So, but no, we've eaten there every time since Lindsay got married. Every time we've been here. So for 5 years. So, and Piper likes their burgers, so we might as well, if you're going to eat out someplace, you better eat where the kids like.
You get to pick your colors.
So with this event you got going on, what would you decide to do it for autism?
Basically, raise awareness, help the teachers understand it better. I mean, us personally, we're not looking for any type of recognition or nothing like that.
Right.
I told Seth, who's one of the directors of Oklahoma Autism Center, I was in a video chat with him, and I told him straightforward, I was like, we're not looking for recognition. We don't want anything out of it. If you want to leave our names out of it and just do the event, and then we raise the proceeds through your donation, your company's donation link, we can do it that way.
Right.
There is nothing to benefit our team. We can promote who's coming or whatever, but as far as us goes, or we go, we're not doing it for us.
Right. Well, I understand that. It's a great cause. I have a great nephew that's 11 years old that's totally autistic and stuff. And I know some of the hassles at school, and I know some of the other hassles that go on. So it's a great organization.
Our grandson is autistic as well. Ruby.
Right.
My sister, I feel bad for her, and she's smart in a lot of ways. Before she was born, her biological mom, and I mean biological as in my sister was adopted into our family, she was on drugs while she was pregnant with Natalie.
Oh.
And it caused a lot of brain damage and a lot of other issues. She got to the point where she was younger, and she started talking, but then she started losing her speak.
Mm-hmm.
And started squealing more, started screaming out more. And she's going to be 18 in a couple of months in November.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that many years affecting one child, it's really heartbreaking.
Yes, it is.
Huh?
Most about the force yourself.
Her my wife just confirmed about when she was 3 or 4 is when she actually stopped speaking.
Right. Right.
It almost makes me want to.
What the heck is going on in Spain?
Sorry,
I know. It's an emotional
it's
subject.
an emotional deal, and
no,
And
we just want to help. That's all. That's all the event's about.
yeah, that's all we want.
You don't know what what to try or do, or
even the doctors are sometimes at a loss on what to help because every child that's autistic is different.
Yeah.
There's
And
teachers at my sister's school that have given, her school now and in schools from prior, or even counselors or the principal themselves, they would give up on her.
Mm-hmm.
Being in special ed, they would give up on her. They didn't know what to do because she would consistently bite herself or, push another kid,
Right.
just to say, hey, back away from me. And that's how she reacts to people.
right.
She's physical, and
She'll be there at this event as well. I'm dragging my mom and my sister with me, regardless of what my mom says.
well, you can't keep the autistic people, whether they're adults or children. They need to be out in public for their own sake, because we're not all gonna stay in our house and hide, and they can't either. That's the only way that people are going to learn how to deal with the differences in people. I have 6 cousins that are all different stages of handicap. Technically, I think you would look at it now as autistic. They had physical disabilities, but they were also autistic. I have a cousin who can tell you every single Beatles album, where it was recorded, what day it was recorded. He can tell you baseball scores going all the way back to 1965.
Wow.
Every game. So he's not, they always said he was retarded. Okay.
No, I hate that word.
I do too.
But again, back in that time frame, that's what we used.
He's kind of like a Rain Man.
But the thing is, he can't hold a job because he can't be social. Yeah. So that right there, it's important for people to be around people who have autism, so that they can learn how to react to them as well.
Right.
It shouldn't be a one-way street. And that's what you're doing here. You are bringing awareness to that so that the average person on the street doesn't treat the person with autism without empathy, without bias. I mean, this is one of the things that, every company is going through right now. Every company is teaching us, trying to teach us how to be empathetic.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think it's a waste of my time because I treat everybody the way I want to be treated.
Absolutely.
Right.
But again, in generations before or after, I say after the 90s, there's no empathy.
That's actually my.
We're all out for one person. And here you are, you're trying to do an event that's out for these people who can't speak up for themselves. So I'm right there with you 100%.
Yeah. Totally.
But like I said, I do have 6 cousins that we treated them just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Let's say they were retarded. No, they're not. You are.
Yeah.
But,
that word was created a long time ago to degrade people.
Well, you know what?
Autistic children or even autistic adults can be some of the smartest people on earth.
You would never know it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I tell everybody when I was growing up, okay, this is in the 70s and 80s. I said, we're all retarded, but to what degree? You choose what degree you're retarded to.
Yep.
Right.
It's not how you're born.
Yep.
It's how you make yourself.
So
my team calls me the problem child of the team. So
you are the problem child of the team.
Well, you know what? We all need to be the problem child every now and then. We all need raises awareness to the fact that we need some attention sometimes.
And we have to have that anyway. So
Right.
we have one. I'm the one on our team, right?
So always. Hello, Annette, and hello, Joshua. And Annette, I did see your comment. Yes, she is a very happy child and very serious sometimes, but she's also
playing Roblox and she's out for blood.
She's got my first language, sarcasm, down to a T. I was full yesterday by 5:00 of sarcasm. And sarcasm's my first language, so if I'm done. No, she's way too smart for her own self.
She's a future podcaster is what she is. So when she did Ron's birthday message, she's told him happy birthday, and she says, I know you're gonna die. I'm sad you're gonna die soon, and follow me on my Roblox channel. And I'm like,
I know you're old and everything.
Oh, that's okay. Are you guys familiar with Jack Howell?
Oh, Ben's chasing me on the game.
What?
You said yes?
No.
Jack Howell. So he was a member, still is a member of Pros Investigations with Ron Cross. Jack's got this big thing about throwing me down an old elevator shaft. And he got my 6-year-old little girl in saying the same thing about, hey, Daddy, I'm going to throw you down an elevator shaft. And we're all going to laugh.
Yep.
Yeah, that was not me. That was Jack.
Well, you and the rest of the team want to throw me over the second floor balcony of the hotel.
Well, you always have to have somebody who's the antagonist in every group.
That's everybody on the team, not just one. It's everybody. One gets involved, and they all kind of collide together and become one little hellstorm.
That's a team building exercise. That's what
it really is. Great morale. Throw the founder or the owner of the team over a balcony or into an elevator shaft.
Well, at least your wife
we'll call it good.
I can take over.
So
you want to take over? Go ahead.
I do video.
So I have a question. So what about this Dewey Hotel? Tell us about that.
So the Dewey Hotel, it was built in 1899. In fact, my wife will give you more description of it. She's more of a historian.
1999 or 1899?
1899.
1899.
It was founded by Jacob Bartles and his family, and they founded Bartlesville, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah. Here, I'll let her explain it because I'm not real good with details.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shoot.
So as he said, it was built by Jacob Bartles and his wife Nanny, and unfortunately, Jacob Bartles died from Bright's disease, which I believe is the inflammation of the kidneys, and so he was not able to see the doors open up to the public before he passed away. Nanny and her son Joe ran that hotel for many, many years. It used to be part of the Roundup Club, which was a bunch of cowboys, oil field workers that would come in and stay in the hotel while they were working in town. And then when Nanny died in the hotel, Joe sold it to a woman who ran it as a saloon with ladies of the night upstairs.
Okay.
Oh,
So kind of like a bordello. And then 30 years later, the woman that he sold it to sold it back to Joe, and Joe then turned it into a home for his family until he passed away. And then it sat empty for years, and years, and then finally the Washington County Historical Society bought it, and now, like he said, Jordan and Nikki own it, and they're the president, or Jordan is the president of the Historical Society out there.
And Jordan's my other co-owner of the
He's
team.
good. So, do you know?
So why
if
is it
any-
haunted?
Who found out, or
Yeah.
when did they find out it was haunted?
Well, the spirits there can be really mischievous.
Very.
According to Jordan and Nikki. Like Nikki, she doesn't like going in there by herself. You know, they'll find things moved around. You know, and they'll close the door or something will open. I know she's had experiences. I know I've heard a liquor bottle rattle above my head as they're sitting there telling whatever's there to, hey, can you knock this bottle over? And I'm directly below it, and I can hear it. But
Doing that because they couldn't throw you over the balcony. They figured let the ghost take care of it.
Yeah, you knock a bottle off.
Yeah.
your
Our
head.
team also has a very debate going on which liquor bottle is going to fall on his head one of these days. There's like 4 up there on the shelf.
it's like a poker room.
And he always decides to sit underneath that shelf. I'm like, why don't you move to a different chair or something?
Yeah, that third floor where that, I think did I send you the picture, Denise, of what the place looks like?
Let me look.
In the picture, you'll see the first floor, the second floor of the balcony, and then right above that is like a tower, kind of like a point with some windows going around it. That's the poker room.
Oh, so the turret.
Oh, okay.
There's a turret, right?
That's pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
It's an octagon-shaped room.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah,
That thing looks like it's pretty good shape.
they have some. Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
got this picture.
It's for 100 years old. It's pretty
Yeah.
decent shape. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
I actually came across that location when I was researching some places for us to investigate. I actually ran across that location. I was the one that originally contacted Jordan to get us in there to do an investigation.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They were our very first clients of our team.
But
Yeah.
this new team,
And this new team.
I've been doing this for years, and so does she. But
As
Okay,
a-
I'm
this
gonna pull a
team.
picture up on the screen. Is this what you're talking about?
okay. Yes.
Yes.
That it?
Yep.
Okay.
And where the flags are, where it's touching that top part there, that
Uh-huh.
room, that's the poker room that we were talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A cowboy likes to linger in that area.
And I take it the
Yes,
old jail,
yeah.
territorial jail.
Yep, that's the
Used by
Tom Mix
Tom
jail.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's on property.
Spinning.
Yeah, I was looking at
Ah!
the Let me go back here. Let me get that.
That'll
off.
be where we're going to be holding the event.
Oh,
In
okay.
fact, I was, unfortunately, on February 21st, I was at work and got in an accident
I
on
don't
the job, or while I was on the job, vehicle accident. So I was supposed to go up to go meet with Jordan and his board members, so they don't just say, "Oh, it's a one-sided deal, Jordan. You know, you're taking control of the whole thing." So they wanted to meet me too, but unfortunately, without a vehicle, I couldn't do that now.
Right.
Might have video chat.
Now the 16th, this Saturday night, we'll be back up there to do a training exercise because we got to get our team trained up, and one of our members who's only been on one investigation so far trained up.
Right.
And that's Wendy. And we'll be live streaming that and everything as well on our page.
Okay. Pastor Gary, who's the co-founder of our paranormal team with me, wants to know what kind of equipment you guys use on your investigations.
Jordan has a grid, the red laser grid.
Mm-hmm.
He also has a full spectrum camera, one of the GoPros, the one you buy off of GoStop.com with the full spectrum light attached to it.
Right.
We have. He also has the SB7.
Oh.
No, SB11.
11.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah, he has the SB11, and we have about 11 Wise cameras, and then also 2 K2 meters, 1 millimeter standard, about 3 or 4 different audio recorders with 5 different.
One doesn't work though.
Oh yeah, one. No, so we'll say 4 because one doesn't work.
Yeah.
4 audio recorders. What else do we have?
A bunch of stuff.
I'm trying to think. It's all put up right now.
Right.
Jordan have an audio.
Here.
Do you guys use any of the apps?
No.
None at
Or
all.
no on that one.
Yeah, that's a rough no.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
really?
I nothing against it, and I don't have anything against
haven't
with
found one.
experimenting with things.
You haven't found one that worked.
Do what? I'm sorry.
You haven't found one that's worked yet.
a legitimate.
No,
Legitimate,
we've had claims of one working, which is Ghost Radio, but
No.
yeah, I'm right there with you. I've had to fire people from my team because they believe ultimately that works, and they go off and show clients about that, and I'm like, nah, that pisses me off. Don't do it again.
No, you don't.
I'll tell you, my job is AI. I do automation as well as artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
So I tore apart a few apps and I found out which ones were telling us, well, which ones use triangulation.
Yeah.
Basically, it triangulates where you are and it pulls stuff up randomly on the internet and throw out words.
Yeah.
I hated that. It irritated me. But when I tore it apart, I could see where it was doing this. I also tore apart some others and found out that they had built-in words, like the Ovilus has built-in words.
Yeah, Ovilus I'm not real fond of
And
either.
it has a mic. That's
it's got a mic inside of it.
so it can hear you talking, and as well as triangulation. So it knows where you are. So say I'm sitting in the middle of the Sally house with an app on that has location services
like a
on.
Internet.
It's doing a little internet search, and it's going to pull up Sally, and it's going to pull up something about Amelia Earhart or something like that. Pull this stuff up randomly. No, it's not random at all. The apps that we've used have no words in them.
Right.
Not a word. It has syllables, but it doesn't have words. So needless to say, it takes a while to get there. But if you don't know how to tear apart the code, you can't find what you're looking for. And that's what I do with these apps. I have, they wanted an app that didn't have all this crap in it. And so far I've found 2 that don't.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's it. So
Yeah.
I'll be right
But
back.
how do you guys feel about the Connect system? Do you think it's worth it?
We use it. and everything. I've got one.
Carl's got his own.
I've got one hooked up to a laptop, and we have a handheld one now.
Oh,
And
okay.
everything.
Oh, that's
I
right.
can.
Got one.
What I like about it is I can see what it makes a stick figure out of. There's
Yeah.
certain things that you can debunk real quick.
Yeah.
Now, when we do a lot of investigations at our private cemetery, okay, we have video of the stick figure crawling across the grass. There's nothing there to make a stick figure out of,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Okay. We've had them. I've had it on blank walls. There's nothing on a blank wall
Right.
that can make a stick figure. So it's one of those hit and miss deals. You kind of really got to watch it
Yeah.
and everything. But there's some evidence with it, some that you can disclaim with it.
Yeah. I know I've thought about using it more than one time. We have one ourselves, but we have to put it together. Basically, like you said, a laptop and the Kinect
Yeah.
camera along with
And
the power
the
pack
best-
and everything with
The
it.
best thing I have found on that, find an area where you're going to investigate, right? And set it there. Don't move it. Okay?
Yeah.
If anything's going, you ask it to go in front of this and that. If anything's going to come in front of there, then you start really looking at the system.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
move it a little bit and catch the corner of a wall where it comes together like this, the corner,
Yep.
it'll make a stick figure.
Yeah.
The lines break right there in that corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even do it on
It-
curtains and all kinds of
It
other
seems
things.
to work. There's certain locations it works better at, like
Yeah.
out there in the cemetery. That's actually a really good place to use it.
Well, and one that was kind of controversial for us was over there in Illinois at Ashmore.
Oh, Ashmore,
Remember
yeah.
upstairs? We was in the room. There's a doorway. I could understand if the stick figure was
Right.
on the edge of the door. It wasn't. It was 2 foot on the flat wall beside the door
Right.
and real tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people came.
Yeah, I was
in
there. I remember that.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah,
We
there
had
was
several
nothing there.
people come through the doorway, and this thing would reach down.
That makes me want to use one now.
Yeah.
There's different ways to
It
do
was
it. but-
it was actually interacting with us and what we were
Right.
wanting it to do.
Thank you, Annette.
Yeah, thank you, Annette. Yeah, when you see a figure come up out of the ground, a stick
Yeah.
figure come up out of the ground and go across the grass, that kind of opens up a lot more,
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
and stuff. But set it in a single position
Yeah.
without moving it and see what kind of evidence you get.
I just dropped all my batteries.
Yep.
I was gonna say,
But you asked me what kind of equipment I had, and I was going through my bag, and then I pulled out one of my battery packs, and I set my backpack down
Right.
we know
along
you
with
have
the box right after that had the batteries in it, and all the batteries just went.
Right.
yeah, you have batteries if you're having.
Me and Gary was talking this morning about some equipment and stuff. I think we're going to be getting the FLIR.
The FLIR
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
That's what I want
You
to
gotta do it for Android or
Yeah, I'll do it for Android.
Right.
okay. Yeah, we used to have one of those. They work pretty decent.
What are George?
We ended up selling it because we got behind on some bills.
Right.
Long story.
Right. Well, that happens.
Well,
Yeah.
you
You know,
gotta
a
do
lot
what's
of it.
best for you, no matter what.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but let's see. There was another. Well, Annette, since you're going to probably be gone when you hear this, Ron and I are from South Central Kansas, is where we live. Carl is up in northeast or northwest Missouri, and you're what in northeast Oklahoma.
Well, the location's in northeast Oklahoma. We're in central Oklahoma. We're in Oklahoma City.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's a little bit of a drive for you guys then.
About
To get it
2.5 hours?
Yeah, it's
Two
worth
and a
it's
half
worth
to
it.
3
We love
hours.
going out there.
It's about
Yeah,
2.5
plus
hours from our house.
It's our
Yeah, it's
long term
about
research site, so we can
3.5
go there
Yeah,
and
she
do
just
that.
hours
looked
from
it
there.
up. I didn't know it was that far from you.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
actually
Yeah, it's right up by the Kansas line.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it's about
from
3
us.
hours away. So yeah, is
About 2.5 for us.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like it's just south on 75.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now Jordan and Nikki, they both live in like just on the
Bartlesville.
outskirts of Dewey, right there in Bartlesville. So I mean,
Well, I
it's
would
not
hope
far
so.
for them at all.
I would hope so if they're
Yeah.
doing the historical society.
And they're
Yeah.
also excited about this event because their son is also autistic.
Yeah.
So
But we really want to do some damage and do some real good for this. You know,
Good. Good.
like I said, nothing about this event's about our team or anything. I could care less about recognition. I just want to help.
And where
Right.
can people go to find out about this event and purchase tickets and everything?
As of right now, we don't have. I want to hold off on that because we don't have the link from Seth from the Oklahoma Autism Center,
Okay.
and I want to get that link first before people start donating anything because that's where
Right.
that donation is going to go straight into.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And we want to go home.
Yeah,
And
that makes sense.
yeah,
We're waiting on
and
your mom.
there's just too much. How do I put this nicely? There's too many gimmicks out there that will screw people over, and I want to make sure that we're doing things legitimately,
Right.
and nobody's getting any curveballs, nothing like that. And I don't get my ass in a bind. Sorry, I don't mean to cuss on your
Hey,
deal.
don't worry.
Sorry.
You're
My
also on the
my
Bill of Rights
grandson's
Network.
usually
That's
using
our,
the F word.
we use all kinds of words over here.
You know,
Yeah.
and nothing towards any other team. You know, I see these Paracons and stuff, and all this, the charging money and stuff like that. You know, I don't believe in charging anybody for coming out here and doing this.
Right.
Yeah, if they want to donate, they can donate.
Right. Right. Well, that's good. That's a really good idea. So, what other places have you guys investigated in Oklahoma City, in Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas, Arkansas?
Well, we've investigated probably one place out of state so far, and this is before Rosemary Paranormal was a thing.
Uh-huh.
This is back when I had Oklahoma Paranormal Tracker Society back in 2012.
no, it was when Kayla was a year
Oh, you
old.
were. We actually were together when you went out there.
2016 because Kayla was a year old.
Yeah. So 2016, we went to an asylum that we were invited to out in Texas.
Remember that one?
Huh? Yeah.
That was 2013,
2013.
14.
Where was that at?
One of those.
Where was that at, Shelby? Do you
That
remember?
was in Stevens, Texas, I believe.
Yep.
There was an asylum out there that we were invited by another team that we used to work with.
Yeah. Midnight Paranormal.
That we're no longer associated with due to personal reasons. But
Yeah.
we went out there, and that was a kind of an interesting place. I mean, you know, I got kind of sick. I wasn't feeling well that night to begin with, but I got sick out there, so I had to go sit out in the car for most of the investigation.
For me, it was just a bunch of stepping on old beer bottles and stuff like that. I really
Glass.
didn't get really any experiences out there. That's the only place that I can remember going. What?
Hill House.
Oh, Hill House Manor.
Mhm.
Yeah, in Gainesville. I forgot about that one.
That was in 2016. We had we had OPTS, and we went out there to investigate Hill House Manor. That was kind of a very eventful night, might I add. It was
Yeah.
a 2-night investigation. Part of our team went out there for both nights. He had to work Friday night, and then me and him packed up Saturday morning and went out there to meet up with the team.
Needless to say, some of those members that actually invited us out there, as they paid for the location, thought their crap didn't stink, and decided to start provoking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I won't
Yeah.
associate with people like that at all.
No, you don't provoke.
No,
Uh-huh.
I've made one mistake like that back in 2010, and I was banned for 2 years from the Pros Investigations long-term research site. Now, if it tells you anything, I've learned my lesson because I still associate with Ron Cross and Jack Howell with Pros Investigations. Everybody and their dang dog knows that I came in with a bad attitude and thought my crap didn't stink. I was new to the field and had a $200 camera fly off a table almost into an old wooden elevator shaft. So
That's where the elevator shaft comes into play.
yeah, that's where that story comes into play from Jack Howe. Is, me getting tossed down an elevator shaft if I ever provoke again.
Yeah.
So
I
I
can
can
see.
tell you how long I've been kind of in this field for a while.
Right.
I'm not an expert. I don't know
There
half the
are
crap.
no experts.
I still learn every time I'm out.
There's just people with more experience.
We actually like investigating with other groups. I don't know how many other groups we've investigated with.
Can't tell you. We've had over 700 investigations
We
under
just
our belt.
we just like going with other groups, just kind of see how they do their stuff, and then we like to laugh. We laugh and have a good time.
Yeah, I don't mind investigating with anybody. I just don't like seeing people provoke or playing things unsafe and then making it worse on the client or making it worse on ourselves, our members, or the guests that come in.
I've gotten punched in the stomach on an investigation due to one of our members actually provoking, and instead of attacking him, I got attacked.
No, again, that member is no longer on our team, so
yeah, they're no longer a part
he's
of
on another team that's been around a while, but I'm not going to say the name.
There's no reason to provoke, none whatsoever.
No, I can't think of it.
Only thing that provoking does is it makes sure that you're going to irritate someone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All it's going to do is cause trouble with somebody, and usually, it may irritate the dead, but it really pisses off the living.
Well, we were on a case a couple months ago. And I really hate talking about it because it was a very talking about a residential case. Ended up being a demonic case that me and our team were trying to solve and correct, and some bad stuff was going on, and it was affecting the family. It was affecting the mom, her son, and whenever I got drug into the deal, meaning that I went into one of the buildings by myself
with the owner of the
with the owner of the house and her son, and started commanding in the name of Jesus that you need to leave this home and you need to
that's provoking too.
Leave this family. Yes, I realized that after I was drugged into it and attacked 2 days later.
Yeah.
While in a vehicle accident.
That's not good.
It was unintentional provoking.
Right.
I didn't feel like I had any control over myself.
That's what a lot of people don't realize, that even when you're clearing a location, that's when you have to provoke. You have to piss it off so it'll leave. There's a difference between provoking and provoking, if you get what I mean.
Yeah. The right way of doing it, and then there's the absolutely I'm a dumbass way of doing it.
I always tell everybody that there's a couple different ways to do
the right
stuff.
way and the Zach way.
Yeah, don't zack it.
I like this guy. We're gonna get along. I'm just saying.
Don't zack.
My other term that I use a lot is over zacking. A lot of people over zack, and so
there's a lot wrong with this field because of Zach.
I'm sorry,
and we're not too far from him.
No, the museum's just down the road. But one of the things I do have to say is that he did treat me and my family very respectfully when we were on the show.
That's amazing.
I have nothing negative to say about how he treated me and my family.
Awesome.
I had a good time with him and his whole crew and everything.
But he can be a douche. But he lives in Vegas and he's from Washington D.C. area.
Yeah.
Why would he be a douche?
Yeah.
I mean, and he
you
went to Chicago at some point, and he's a producer.
I've never been on TV. I don't expect to be, and I don't want to be. But I know from hearsay that in watching different TV shows, and not all of them are bad, so I'll just clear that up. But there are some networks out there that want to provide a bunch of lies to the public that want to do it for the ratings, and hey, let's go pull some strings while we're live or
That's what we're
re-edit
saying.
some things and say, "Oh, it's a ghost."
Well, we all know from doing this long enough that you're going to go to some places and you're not going to have anything happen.
Right.
Absolutely. It's like watching paint dry.
It is.
Yeah.
It's fishing, and there's also times where, there's no way that every time
Sometimes
you go,
you have more activity than you want.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and we've been to
That
some
might be.
places that have
Yeah.
been
I know.
on TV, and we've gotten nothing.
Can get crazy.
Yeah.
And we've been in
Right.
places, residentials that are like, why isn't this on TV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is real. But what people don't understand, one of the things that I started to say was, you can cleanse an area or you can clear an area. And you've got to be very specific at what you're trying to do at that point in time. And if you're not including those homeowners in the situation.
Oh, the homeowners are the key. They have to be the ones willing to sacrifice whatever it is that they need to get rid of it.
Right. They're the ones that, and people, that's what some of these paranormal teams don't get. We're going in and we're clearing this location. No.
Oh, they're making things worse.
You teach that homeowner how to take control of that situation in their home. It's their
and see, that was the issue with our client in McLeod. I don't know if I said her name or not. Okay. I'll leave her name out of there, but the girl that she had staying with her was on drugs, and who knows what she was doing. She's the one that stayed in that shed, so everything was attached to that one individual.
Right.
The family was willing to participate. The family, the mom, the son, her other son, any friends that came over were willing to participate to help cleanse the house, to make things more of a relief and calm. But when you have one individual out of the entire group, regardless if they're living there or just not living there, but they're coming there all the time, they leave that imprint, that negative imprint, if they don't take care of it.
Well, they could be psychokinetic related to that person.
Yeah. No, she had her mom passed away, and she was adopted into this family. And fortunately, they actually, well, I'm not saying unfortunately, because I don't like the idea of having her kicked out. But she was adopted into the family, and her mom passed away, and she was really trying her best to stay calm, but she couldn't because she was wanting to communicate with her mom so much.
Yeah. Sometimes that's bad too, because of the fact that if you're single-mindedly set on this, you are going to conjure something that you didn't intend.
Yep.
That's what I keep telling my sister. Don't keep trying to call mom back.
Right.
Yeah.
If mom's over there, let her be.
She wasn't in real life.
No, she wasn't in real life. But how do you know for sure that that's? I mean, when you see spirits and stuff, they can present themselves however they want.
Oh yeah. Especially demons. They've been around for thousands, maybe millions, trillions of years.
Right.
They know you before you even know what you're going to do.
I mean, you don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
And they know what they need to know to get you to let them in.
Yeah.
So, like, if I present myself, if I have a demon present itself to me as a child, this would never happen to me. But if it presented itself to me as a child, me being a mother and a grandmother, I'm going to want to nurture that child and take care of it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let it in. I'm going to open my arms and go, oh, come here. I'm going to take care of you. And then I'm the bad one because I didn't do my due diligence to figure out what that is. That's kind of what I tell people a lot of times is you need to pay attention to what you're doing.
Absolutely.
You need to ask you need to ask questions. You need to get the right answer. If you have a loved one that is going to pass away, give them a safe word to tell you.
Right.
My mom hasn't used hers yet to me. Is my mom around? Probably. But does she have enough energy to tell me that she's around? Not yet. So I'm not assuming it's my mom that's, watching over me at this point in my surgery or whatever it is.
Right.
That's why I told my sister, I said, you can't assume that the spirit that you think that you're talking to is mom.
Yep. There's always that open doorway that can allow something else in.
Right. Think about your internet security, your phishing, your phishing emails and your spam emails. You could be getting the same thing in a paranormal investigation if you're not.
Right.
Shelby, are you real?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you speak into this recorder?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's a
so
normal conversation, man.
I think you have to go with a left hook.
Hi, Rosie. How you doing?
so and Gary's right. Lifestyle can bring in spirits. If somebody is living a, if they seem to be possessed in some way, it could just be their lifestyle, but it's opening a door to something that's much darker. And
if they're mean and nasty and what we would call evil living on this earth and they die, they're going to be the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they'll have that residual residue.
That's where a lot of your evil comes into play, and some people think it's demonic. No, it's an evil person, spirit.
The question
In other words, don't be Zach.
Yeah, it's a demon.
Yeah, there's a demon in his pocket. He keeps it there just in case.
Yeah, he pulls it out and goes, "It's your time."
Yeah, there's no demon at McPike Mansion. There's no demon at the Pythian Castle. I can guarantee those. I'm a tour guides at the McPike Mansion. We know better.
Yeah. Ron Cross, he's been in this field for what, 40 years.
40 plus.
Yeah. He's worked on the movie White Noise.
Great, Rosie.
Jack Howell has also been in this field for about 40 years, and even they say with so much experience, about 99.9% of the time, there is not anything as a demon.
Right. Exactly.
There's probably a 1 out of 5 chance that there may be where you come across a demonic case. But other than that, it's not going to happen frequently and as much as many people talk about.
Denise, who's this Todd?
Hey,
he's
that's my
his
cousin's husband.
Your cousin, he's watching you on the ship?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Is he in
How
the
you doing,
Navy
Todd?
or on a trip?
Merchant Marine.
Oh, Merchant Marines.
Yeah.
Be safe out there, Todd.
So, and Rosie's my guest on Monday when I come back from vacation.
Right. Now, Rosie might be interested in this event, too, because they're doing stuff over there for autism on Prometheus Productions for some things over there. And she's not that far from it.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, as long as the word gets out and, we can get as many people as possible. We're trying not to get too many people in the museum itself because it is so, even with the size of it, we don't want to get to where it's going to break a bunch of stuff or whatever.
Right.
Or anything at that matter.
Any respected paranormal
It looked pretty
investigator
big.
will not hurt a thing.
Right.
You've got to be really careful with the non-paranormal investigator. The random person that's coming in.
She's asleep.
No, she's over there.
Yeah. And we will have security on site. My team member Hoffman, he's going to be there. And like I said, he's a Paoli police officer and LEO reserve. So, he'll put anybody down that tries anything bad anyway. But
right.
we mainly just want to make sure it's going to be safe. And with some people coming in, I will say all people coming in, but certain individuals coming in that have been on TV or whatever, we don't want crazed individuals that are going to terrorize them. Oh, hey, we don't want none of that. We just want to do this for the event and get it done with.
Right. Well, it looks like Todd's out in Cape Fear.
Yeah, there's some ghost ships out in that area.
Oh.
About 3 or 4. I know of at least 2 that friends of mine have seen.
Yeah, he goes, anything I should know about why is that?
Watch out for the ghost ships. I'd
Watch out for the ghosts on the ships.
Well, most of the ghost ships are out there because of hurricanes and stuff, sudden storms that have come up. So that's what I'd be concerned about more. But it's not hurricane season, so should be good.
Well, that's cool.
You're getting pretty tired.
Cool.
Boy, a 5-year-old can't hang with us older people at all.
She's getting tired?
She's gotten up early these last 2 days. She's usually not up at She was
It's
sending
what,
me
4
messages.
o'clock out there?
Yeah.
I
And
wish I
she's
could was there.
tired.
Yeah, 4 o'clock.
Yep. 4 o'clock, and she was up. What time did you get up today?
And
you know?
Gary says his grandson, who is in the Navy in Romania, who was to be coming out there, his orders have been put on hold.
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
Think I know why.
See, right here. We'll be talking about that I'll be on a show with them, but we'll spread your event out. If you can read that down there, always glad to support anything like that because my little boy is a special little monster. And that's from the Parentheses Productions where we're live over on now that we're part of. So, and yeah, so we get the word out. Like I said, we go worldwide, but a lot of it is Middle America here.
Yeah.
That we go live to. So, but yeah.
And we'll be promoting this every week that we have a show.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll put
We'll
as soon as you get the link, send it to Denise. She'll get it to me. I can make a banner and we'll be showing it on every show I do. I've got this show. Right after this show, we got the Conservative View tonight. Tomorrow night, we got Vincent's Voice. Friday night, we got the Second Amendment Ranch. We have Free Speech, Free Stupidity, and then Freedom TV on Sunday nights. So they'll be out on every show.
The Conservative View is not on Sunday anymore?
Nope. It's on Tuesday night right after this show.
Oh, is that so that we don't have to talk after the show very much?
No.
Anyway,
That's so the girls can have their weekends.
So, if you don't mind asking, how often do you? Because I'm not familiar with your show. I apologize ahead of time.
I didn't give you any information.
Okay.
I was your target when I asked you to be on the show with my grandkids.
So, how often do you normally do these shows?
I do this show right here. We do it every week.
Every Tuesday.
Okay.
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. Okay.
And then my show is every Monday.
Right.
And so I will be promoting it every Monday when I have a show.
Right. But you can go to the Bill of Rights Network on Facebook and find a list of all our shows on that network.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're there every week. Same time. So.
And sometimes we're a little bit more political than we are today.
Right. Last couple of weeks, we haven't really got into the political part. That's why it's called Paranormal Nation Radio. Not so normal. Because sometimes we get out of the
paranormal isn't normal.
No, it's not. But sometimes, you know,
it could have been the other day when Joe Biden was discussing the ghost guns.
Oh my God!
Wait, what? He was doing what?
He was discussing the ghost.
He doesn't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah, but did you see him walk over and play with one?
He's reading it off a teleprompter, at least right.
But he goes walking over 10 feet to this table that had a ghost gun on it, telling everybody, this is how you put it together and get your drill out and you can put it together faster. I went, what?
Your drill?
And then he goes,
are we sure that the aliens didn't probe Biden, before he became president?
No.
He did probe it right in the ear.
It's Alzheimer's, dementia, all wrapped in one. Because when he went walking from that table back to the podium, you remember Artie on Roland and Martin's Laugh-In, the little guy that chugged along the road. So this was Biden going from that table to that booth. He just went over there and goes, those ghost guns.
I'm sorry, we just said how old we were, Carl. We just said how old we were. I guarantee hardly anybody on here knows what Laugh-In is.
Even before his dementia and everything else, he was
They miss great laughter.
The guy was he's always been an idiot.
Oh, yeah, always.
Just
since I can remember.
Anybody listening, Laugh-In was where Goldie Hawn
The other senators used to make fun of him. Oh, that's just Joe being Joe. In other words, he's just being a dumbass. Because we all know he is.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, heck.
I didn't learn he was a dumbass until he actually went into election. So I didn't know who he was.
The funny thing is that my granddaughter knows who he is, and she says FJB.
Yeah.
Oh no!
And that's not
You
for
know what?
me.
You know what's real funny? I got
Should be, but not.
one of our waitresses here, my partner and everything. We were sitting back having coffee the other morning, and one of the t-shirt ladies in here brought a shirt in that says "Let's go Brandon,"
Yeah.
right? And I said, well, the ones that makes our shirts, I'm having her make one with the Bill of Rights Network Facebook, and underneath of it, "Let's go Brandon," right? And she looks at me and she goes, "Let's go Brandon," and I went, "You don't know what that stands for?"
Nope.
And she goes, "No." I said, "Okay." Real easy to simplify. Brandon, an ASA NASCAR driver, won a race, and the crowd was chanting. And the reporter,
Big time.
dumb time, said, "Listen to him. They're saying, 'Let's go, Brandon.'"
The look on his face.
And
is
no,
like, "Are
they
you
were
serious?"
all saying, "F Joe Biden."
Yeah.
So "Let's go, Brandon" became the symbol for,
Yep.
Biden.
Well, I
and
thought
everything.
it was.
The look on that driver's face, he looks at her like,
Oh, it was comical.
Are you really that? Like, are you
You
that?
can't hear?
You can't. Yeah. Are you that dumb?
I mean,
I realize this is NBC. You're trying to cover up this bad. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my
Went
gosh.
outside.
I know for Michelle and our family, it's because her husband's always late for everything except for his flights, and his name's Brandon, so we tease him a lot.
Right.
So, but
If his name's Brandon, you say, "Let's go, Brandon," he's going to say, "Nope."
he just laughs all the time.
Oh
right.
yeah.
Kaylee, aren't you supposed to be
Hello,
grounded today?
Maddie. Maddie Vasquez.
All right, I'll let you slide with the tablet.
So
Only because Daddy loves you.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Hey, buddy.
I mean, it's getting crazy out here, folks.
it is. It's
The food
Definitely
supplies.
But I'll tell you one thing. Just be happy that you guys are watching us sitting here in a hotel room in Vegas as opposed to us driving around. Drivers here are horrible.
Oh, I'm sure.
They don't stop. They
don't even look.
They don't even look.
They just
Come out.
go and expect you to
Stop.
slam your brakes on so you don't hit them.
Right, right.
It's horrible.
But, okay.
No, they just want that extra insurance money so they can go to the casino.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Last night we went to
And they all, well, I'd say 90% of them have California plates on.
Right. But driving out to Vegas, how were your gas prices?
the highest
you
price
saw.
we saw
Ooh.
was $5.99, and it's right here in Vegas.
Oh my God.
It's over, yeah, it's
We're not
$5
pay- we're not gonna
over
pay.
$5.
But
here.
the thing is you can pay $4.79.
I knew it'd be over $5
So
here.
it ranges from $4.79 to $5.99.
It's always a lot higher.
here.
Mm.
So if
And
I go
then California is the worst.
but they
Right.
do give you a discount if you use a debit PIN as opposed to a credit card.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Hello, Howard.
because a debit when you use your debit card with a PIN number,
It's a
that's
couple
cash.
cents.
It's 10 cents. 10
Where
cents
you
makes a
at?
difference.
You in your car, Chris?
Yeah, he's smoking.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was going to ask, does smoking bother anybody? Because I was going to step out to my car and smoke.
Nope.
And if it did,
I can't smell it.
No.
okay. Well, I mean, even so, being on camera and stuff.
Hey, usually I'm
Carl's
sitting
usually
here
smoking.
smoking like crazy, but I'm up in front of the restaurant instead of in the back where I usually
Yeah, I was
do
going to
the
say,
show.
usually
Yeah.
in the
So,
back part, aren't you?
yeah, the back part we smoke, front part we don't. So
We are in Vegas visiting our grandchildren. We have one with us right here. There's Piper.
yeah,
Right here. And Lindsay and Lacey live here. And our grandson is Piper's brother. He's at the house. So we're going to be meeting all of them for dinner here shortly.
and how old is he now?
He is just over
Just a
one.
little over a year.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, just over a year.
15 months. Actually, 15 months
About
yesterday.
15, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, 15 months
Oh.
on the
14.
14th in 2
He
days.
ought to be running around.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he is. He likes. He didn't like it and turned upside down until yesterday. So I kept putting him upside down, and now he likes it because
Ah,
Clover loves it. You're not she'll as soon as you hold her, she's laying back, like Put me back.
Okay.
Throw me
Put me
down.
back upside down. Yeah.
Yep. And he's a cuddler. He wants to lay up against you and cuddle and play. And if you give him anything,
Oh yeah.
it's on the floor. It's
Todd, you may get your wish before.
Yeah, Todd, we're talked to my daughter yesterday, and I said, so how's it looking on you guys moving? And it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, they're looking at the Panhandle area, so we still have to come down there and check out Clearwater area before we make our final decision.
Right, right.
But if they move to the Panhandle area, our decision may have been made for us.
Well, either way, it's going to be a lot closer.
We're still closer than what we would be. This is 21 and a half hours.
Yeah.
If you drive straight through.
Right.
From where we live in Kansas to here, 21 and a half hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty good distance.
Yep.
Yeah,
we filled up the car once and it wasn't even on E, and it was $50.
Oh man, we had some hellacious winds too coming out right in our face.
Oh, I'll bet.
Great west winds for 2 days, and then
felt like I had to put the accelerator all the way down just to do the speed limit.
I can't wait till like I mentioned earlier that my car was in an accident. This is a different car completely, but I had a 2016 Toyota Prius hybrid. And they get pretty good gas mileage because they run on electric and gas.
Right. Yeah. He drives a Prius.
Oh yeah. So you know what I'm talking about.
Not by choice.
Not by choice.
It's my work car.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with driving a purple purse.
I will drive a purple car.
I tell you what. I don't know about you. I drive about 1,000 miles a week at least for work.
Yeah.
And guys driving big old hog trucks do not like to get passed by a Prius.
Nope, they don't.
They don't. Speed limit could be 70 and they're doing 60, and I go and pass them and they'll look over and they're like, oh, hell no.
All right.
I'm like, come on, man. Give me a break. I can't run you.
But
those Priuses work pretty well, though. I like mine.
I haven't had any. We haven't had any mechanical issues with them.
Yeah. They're uncomfortable.
Yeah, they're
small.
Well,
I can't put much in it.
It's
as far as parts.
To be honest,
but Pastor Gary wants to know, Chris, does any of your team use dowsing rods?
Yeah, good question.
I've thought about getting some, but I haven't. I know that they're more accurate.
Get a couple coat hangers.
Yeah, make them out coat hangers.
Yeah. Really? Do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
As long as it's not plastic coat hangers, you're fine.
I was going to say, where's mine at?
Or unless you're getting them from Gary. Now he's got.
He makes gigantic ones.
Yeah, they're huge.
I'll be right back.
From a cattle.
Well, you know the best. And I'm going to say favorite. What is going on with the screen?
Oh, no.
The best and my favorite EMF detector would possibly be the this is so amusing. But
I think I'm
a
on
compass.
With you, Todd.
Have you guys ever used a compass for EMF detecting?
Yes.
No.
I have a compass. A compass. I have it in our ghost hunting kit. I used it at the Sally house a bunch of times.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd prefer that over a tri-field or a K2 or anything like that. Honestly, we don't use them, but I've used them before, and I like the way they play.
One of the things that you can do is if
I thought you were talking about the little pendulum thing.
No, a regular compass. And
when did you?
No, we're not summoning demons.
No, what you basically you use it. You can ask a spirit to come by, and a lot of times the arrow will move. This is funny.
I'm so confused right now.
I think he left his mouse.
His mouse is hovering over a comment, and it's in the right area to where it can. Carl, we're seasick.
Carl.
Thank you.
Hey, he didn't even know it. I guess he bumped it.
What's that?
We were going in and out.
Oh, not me.
How would the compass work? I'm going
Oh.
to know that too.
Anyway, these
Carl,
are made.
I got a question for you, Carl.
Yeah.
If that's all right.
Okay.
When's the last time you've been on an investigation?
Last time I've been on investigation.
Yeah, because your computer was what was all kinds of whack just now.
Well,
It is a
Denise will
haunted
tell
restaurant.
you. Denise can tell you why.
It's a haunted restaurant.
What was in this corner walking?
There's a vagrant.
The
Basically,
little old man hunched over. Remember?
yep.
I'm up in that
Vagrant.
corner. Right in front of me is where they got the picture of the other one, and this window right here is where you seen the one outside.
Did I say his name was George?
Yeah.
Or somebody said his name was George?
Well, I know who it is. It's Shorty.
Shorty, yeah.
Yeah, Shorty
It wasn't that
Kilpatrick.
tall.
He had
I
a
don't-
heart attack. He had a heart attack and died in here years ago.
So
Oh well, no, I was actually just trying to be funny when I said that. I didn't know
Hey.
anything about that part. So
But you was asking about dowsing rods made out of coat hangers,
yes,
and they work.
the best thing is your regular coat hangers, if they're made of brass, technically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why there's copper
Okay.
and brass, and it works really well.
Will these
Okay.
work?
And so
I may have to actually do that.
there's some videos online. We have a guy who works for that does in our town.
The
He
compass will work too, Todd.
So a compass would work the same way
Yeah.
in some ways. You could
Right.
walk up, you can put a compass down, and if you have like older spirits that died a long time ago, what they might do is
Oh crap.
say, "Hey, come close to this," and if they're putting off any electromagnetic energy, which is a theory that they say
Yeah.
that ghosts do, if it puts off electromagnetic energy, the compass may spin or move to follow where that ghost is trying to touch the compass.
Right.
But again, it's a theory that everything's made of energy. Energy doesn't ever go away; it just changes itself. So,
Yeah.
is it true? We don't know. But for some reason, every once in a while, a compass will change its
There we go.
Yeah.
direction because you've asked the spirit to come close, or you didn't ask
Right.
it, just move. But yeah, you have compasses on the boat. Different things can mess with the magnetism of a compass.
Absolutely.
Will my cell phone mess with a compass? Will the magnets in my computer bag change it? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But we've used dowsing rods on this show before and everything, but it's always fun because Denise knows the answer before the dowsing rods.
Yeah. And I apologize for my camera going out like that. It was my internet connection.
Oh,
It's
no
okay.
problem.
we don't care.
No problem.
So
But, yeah, we do the dowsing rods. Once in a while, I'll have the Echo Box going and the Necrophonics going.
Okay.
So tonight's show is brought to you by Bud Seltzer in the background there. So
That's
you got
right.
you're all concerned about smoking a cigarette. Here we got liquor in the background.
Hey,
I will
Hey,
tell
at
you,
least I was nice enough to ask.
hey, it's also brought to you by the $5 Tenderloin at BB's Down Home Cooking.
that's bigger than your head.
That's right. Yeah.
But
So
we did do one thing. We did do a little bit of investigating of spirits while we were in Williams, Arizona.
did you?
Yes, we did. We found this lovely prickly pear vodka that we're going to buy.
Mhm.
So we're going to release it from the bottle and straight into my mouth.
Okay. And see how those.
Hey, that's a
spirits
good
do.
cleansing.
Hey, well, I will tell you, there is a haunted hotel there called the Red Garter.
Yeah.
But you have to share bathrooms with people, and I don't want to share bathrooms with people.
Mhm.
And
Especially not right now with COVID and everything going on.
I'm not spending $187 a night to share a bathroom with someone just to be in a haunted hotel. We
Yeah.
did go to Flagstaff, checked out their downtown. Glad we did, only because of the fact that there was a bad accident that would have taken as long as it took us to go through town.
Right.
We went down there, and every place is pay to park. We did see multiple haunted hotels, Monteverde, the Weatherford. There's another one, I forgot the name of it, but I don't know if we'll ever go back down there again. It is that congested. I mean, it was a Sunday afternoon. How busy do you think downtown? Most downtowns are not busy on a Sunday afternoon, but Flagstaff is. Flagstaff is San Francisco East, maybe.
Yeah.
A lot of weird people there. Portland South, maybe.
But you got to admit, Flagstaff is beautiful.
It is pretty.
All those big, tall pine trees, and you can go an hour in any direction and see all four seasons.
Oh yeah. I mean, if we went, I mean, it was what was strange was that we left Tucumcari, and it was probably 50 degrees. We got to Williams, it was 70, and that night it was down to 39.
Yep.
And Williams did not get the snow this year that they normally get, so they have the water that they normally get. But it's really pretty. I mean, we stay in Williams, Arizona a lot, and yes, I know it's because of pie. It is definitely because of pie. But while we were there, we found out they had the Grand Canyon Distillery.
Bye, Todd.
Bye, Todd. Love you guys. And so I'm going to suggest that if you guys ever get a chance to go to Williams, Arizona, go. Even if you just go to walk around and check out the old Route 66.
Right.
It's like being in Branson, kind of. Or Gatlinburg. More like Gatlinburg. With less distilleries.
Oh, my internet is acting up. Hey guys, if you don't mind, I can introduce you to my sister, the one I was talking about is autistic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Now she won't be able to speak or anything, but
hey, that's no problem.
let's see. This is her. Her name's Natalie.
Hi, Natalie.
Say hi, Natalie.
She's beautiful.
Hi, Natalie. What a beautiful smile.
Yes. Hi.
I
Say
hope
hi.
you have a good day.
Yes. Yeah. See.
Yeah, there
Sorry,
we go.
guys.
We got that big smile.
And then I came back in the picture and ruined it all.
Bye, Gary.
Batteries.
What kind of batteries you need?
Double A, because it's not working.
I'm a paranormal investigator. I should have batteries.
Yeah, you should.
If you don't, you're kicked out of the club.
You're right.
You always got to have a tote full of bags.
Yeah.
Because it never
No,
fails.
I've
You got a
got double
tote
A's
full
for
of
you, Mom.
bags. They're all dead.
Yeah, I'm out of AAA's at home.
I'm trying to find something to open that. Here, find something to open that bottle for me.
Gary's going to the cemetery to see how much of it burned up.
Oh, well, luckily the stones don't usually burn.
No, he said everything in that north timber, north of where we camp out,
Yep.
all the underbrushes burn out.
Oh,
Well, that might be good.
That might show some more headstones in there.
And not to mention
I got
it's gonna
batteries.
take poison ivy
Yeah.
before it
be great.
gets to, yeah. I will tell you one thing about Vegas that I did not realize. There is a ton of lavender bushes everywhere.
Really?
Yeah. I went to get out of the car today
try these.
at Leah's or at Lindsay's.
Video
And
call.
next door has a huge lavender bush in the
Sorry,
yard.
guys.
That's
And-
all right.
And once I rubbed against it, you could smell lavender in the car. And Ron goes, "That smells really good." He goes, "What is it?" I said, "Lavender." He goes, "From where?" I said, "That bush is a lavender bush. In front of our hotel is a bunch of lavender bushes."
Go grab you a bunch and put it in a bag.
Oh, I am. I'm gonna cut some from the bush. The house is for rent next to Lindsay.
Uh-huh.
Nobody's
Hey.
gonna know if I took it.
No.
So I'm just gonna do that later on and put it in a nice Ziploc bag and maybe take it home and let it dry out.
Right.
I have a
Oh.
dehydrator,
Here's the old one.
That'll work.
so
Hello, Joseph.
and it's
Fine,
much
Mom.
safer. And you know what? It's much safer than trying to get cactus out of the fields here, out of the desert. So Lavender doesn't bite.
I'm doing something to open up a bottle.
Look at this.
Oh, she's out like a light. Oh, and it's only 4:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah. Well, the thing is in an hour we got to be at the restaurant. So.
Oh, yeah. Let her have her nap and then take her to the restaurant. She'll be good to go.
Yes, lavender is good luck. I will say though, my favorite is lilac. And the reason I like lilac better is that it actually, what's it do? It actually makes spirits happy.
Oh, really?
Somehow, yeah. If you like say you want to clear a space, lavender will knock out all the negative and only let in the positive.
Yeah.
So lilac is a one-stop shop, just like Palo Santo would.
Right.
And you don't have to burn the lilac. You can just kind of mist it into your house, or just go get the flowers and put them in a vase and sit them out there.
Right.
But I just get a lilac air freshener that has the essential oil in it. Psst, psst, done.
Oh, the fresh stuff smells really good.
That's lavender, yeah.
Yeah, the lavender.
Yeah. That's why I told her start going grab it.
Yeah,
Fill that bag up.
What I told you I was going to do. I was going to grab a bag of lavender while I'm here, and the thing is you can smell it without there's no flowers on it. It's the leaves.
Oh.
Everybody thinks it's the flowers that have all the smell. It's the leaves. There's oil all over the leaves.
Right. That's why Sally says you always plant it outside your garden gate on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
What's your weather looking like right now up there, Carl?
Right now, it's sun shining. It's beautiful. It is. I know that temperature's wrong. Let me check it here real quick. It is.
Oh,
I know
Chris says it's quitting time.
It's 80 degrees.
This is I don't really drink beer very often.
What is that?
It's drink.
Oh, it looked like a beer.
This is
It's
what
Mexican
it is.
cola.
Oh, okay.
Mexican cola.
Yeah.
That's yours. That's your temperature in Gallatin, Missouri, right now.
Yep.
And
It says 80 up here right now.
84, wow.
Yep.
Now we're supposed to expect some storms tonight. Sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to get them before you do.
Yeah.
They're saying it was supposed to start storming about 7, but we got a few dark clouds, but nothing major out there.
Yeah, ours is saying severe storm risk until 5 a.m. Wednesday at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sally says it's clouding up in Joplin, Missouri, and windy.
I would expect that. So, in fact, I should tell you this tell this to you, Chris. There is an event that we are going to in Joplin, Missouri on October 7th and 8th.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it is it's to benefit the Route 66 Theater there in Webb City, Missouri.
Nice.
And it is haunting history.
Right.
Okay.
Paracon, and it's put on by David Glidden.
Okay.
So, and I think you should check that out. It's not too far from you because he's 4-state paranormal, and you're one of those 4 states.
Oh,
So,
all right. Yeah.
Not too far.
Yeah. You don't mind sending me a link or something I can check it out, and I'll definitely do that.
Because he's a speaker at a lot of events.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's a movie producer, and
That's
my
cool.
paranormal kid, and all kinds of stuff. So, good guy. He's going to have at his event, Josh Hurd is going to be there from Malvern Manor.
Okay.
He's going to be singing. So that'll be interesting. And we've got some paranormal investigations that are going to be going on there. There's going to be some music acts and some other things going on. So I think it's going to be fun.
That sounds like a blast.
Oh, it is. In fact, Rex Nielsen, he asked me for the information again. He may be even making it down there.
right.
Yeah. Like I said, just send me the link, and then I'll check it out. And then once we get our other car up and running, because this one has a tie rod out, I can't even drive this to Dewey, unfortunately.
That's not safe. Yeah, tie rods can cause a lot of shaking in the car.
Yeah, and plus it's got O2 sensors that are bad too. So,
Oh, that's
It's kind of an emergency fix since we had doctor's appointments, my physical therapy, my wife's physical therapy.
From the accident?
Yeah, she wasn't involved in the accident, just me. But she has her own health problems, and my daughter, she's got speech therapy, along with other things going on. So
Right.
Yeah, I mean, life happens.
That's
You
it.
know, I mean, I know that's Jeff Goldblum. Life finds a way, but it happens.
Yeah.
That's the way we go. So,
And that's
all you
one
do is pray and hope.
right. And that's one reason we do a lot of these radio shows like this. We're all everyday people. We're
Yeah.
not paid actors. We're not paid spokespersons. We're everyday people.
but I'll volunteer to get paid.
Oh yeah, I will too. But
We volunteer
I will volunteer for any TV show as long as they are willing to go with my rules on telling a legitimate story and educating the public.
The bad part is once you sign that paper,
You're theirs.
That's right.
they own you.
Well,
Yeah.
what's bad is that I signed, when they used me for the show, they actually changed the words that I said.
Oh wow.
They cut it up in a way to
It was
where
actually stuff she had said, but it wasn't on that one sentence.
no, it wasn't all in that sentence. So, but like I said, once you sign
The
that
first
piece
time
of
we
paper,
watched it, I was like,
that doesn't sound like
you didn't say that.
no, I wouldn't have said that.
Yeah, I said that.
So-
You could tell it was cut up.
But there's not a whole lot that I can do about that. All thing I can do is, I can't say that
There you go.
Zach did it. All I can say is that somebody did it to make it look better. Did it?
Glad to see an investigator in Oklahoma City. Have you investigated the Union Soldier Cemetery out in El Reno? No, I haven't. I've investigated the Concho Indian Boarding School, along with the Canadian Valley Historical Society Museum. I'm sorry.
Right.
Did you know about the cemetery?
I've probably heard of it, but I mean, I've got so many things going on.
Yeah, Sally's from Oklahoma City
Yeah.
and everything. She's a truck driver, but